is. It's going. Yeah, I try because this. Let me turn this off real quick. Yeah, this mic is really just iffy. I'm not really professional.
Listen to this mic.
It looks nice, but I mean, like this wire underneath here.
Right.
Yeah, it gets disconnected all the time.
Yeah.
My buddy Will hooked me up with it. Thanks, Will. He's not gonna listen to this.
He doesn't listen. Your buddy Will doesn't.
No, he's a rap guy, so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's just all about recording like that, which is good. Good for him.
Yeah.
Will Glock. Anyways, thank you so much for doing this, Daniel. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you're in obviously Tijuana Panthers.
Yes.
And was your first band Fancy Lads with Phil?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, I was in Fancy Lads with Phil, and I was like 15 at that time. 15 or 16, I don't know. It went to all the way like till I started college, and then
I'm Scoot your ways. Yeah.
Yeah, it ended.
And then it ended.
When we got into college, just because it was just all fun, and then we just I don't know. We were kind of doing like I didn't know what direction we were going in. It just was for fun for the most part, so it just kind of fell out.
Right. And that was back in 1999, right? That's when that right around then, right?
I think so. Yeah. Definitely.
And then they did the pencils, right? And you weren't in that. That was just them, correct?
Right. Then we stopped playing Fancy Lads, and then all of a sudden, like, Phil and Chad started playing shows, and we've known each other. I've known Chad since junior high.
Right. You guys met at a church camp, right?
Yeah, it was like a surf camp. But it was through a church. I thought it'd be cheeky to say church camp because I don't know why, but it was more like we would go surfing, bodyboarding, and stuff like, and set up tents in like Carlsbad or something.
With God, right?
What's that?
I said with God. Yeah, with God.
So they started playing pencils, and I kind of got the bug to play music again. And as they were finishing pencils, because they were getting bored with just like doing surfy, just guitar and drums. Like I think Chad had expressed at one point he wanted to do, I don't know, something a little more.
Kind of like a different pace, like not really in that kind of steering away from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we're really into like some 80s music, like the Smiths or whatever, you know, and the Who, I know exactly. That was never the intention of like let's try to do the Smiths, but like they were a little more mature in their sound, and they had a little more of a. It wasn't just like that surf beat, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it was fun to do. I think mature the sound a little bit.
Right.
That they needed like a bass, so they could do that, and that's when Tijuana Panthers started.
And what steered you towards playing the bass? Because that's really like it's usually guitar that kids are into, or drums.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a.
I started out playing guitar, and I still play guitar. And I play guitar in the Coromandels, it's just that everybody else wanted to play the other things, and so I was like, all right, I'll just play bass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think a lot of my bass playing, I was trying to come through as a guitar player. Like,
right, and it definitely shows through the records.
Really?
And whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I gathered.
I wasn't trying to be competitive. I just, I don't know, like...
You kind of brought that technique over to playing the bass.
I wanted to be heard, you know? And
yeah.
Then, I think now I'm, like, fine-tuning it and finding there's power in just, like, hitting the bass note and just, like, letting it hang and not you know, indulging with too many riffs or anything.
Right,
you know?
right. And that shows. And so you guys started Tijuana Panthers, was it around like 2006-ish, maybe 5?
2005, 2006, yeah.
And I was talking to Phil
yeah.
and Chad, and they said that you guys were on like just kind of like a small label that you guys put out like what was it, just a quick like 7-inch maybe? Or...
Yeah, we weren't on a label. we just put it out ourselves.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, we did a 7-inch of Creature and Girls Gone Wild, and this fan from Japan, who I think we met through MySpace. She's an artist. She drew the picture of the Girls Gone Wild on the. It was an exciting time because we were putting all the labels on together, and well, Chad wasn't there, but Phil and I went over to Phil's and we were packaging, and I don't know, that was like a good, exciting time where we were DIY, and I don't know, it was fun. There was no intention of like trying to be big, but we wanted to be heard. So,
right, definitely. And then you guys, when would you say was the turning point and we're actually like getting traction as a band? Like when did that make its appearance?
I can't track a specific time, because I felt like a number of years we were saying yes to shows that were like punk venues and warehouses, and I don't remember when it started feeling like we could just be active on our own. Maybe we started playing. Oh, it was big for us when we played FYF in 2011, and a Warner Brothers guy wanted to talk to us, an A&R rep, and he came to our show, and we were like one of the first bands at FYF in 2011, and he came, and there were like 3,000 to 5,000 kids just going crazy, and I thought like, wow, that's awesome. That's when I started noticing it, and like, but I've always felt a little bit like if there were 5 bands to choose from, like you mentioned, like Ty Segall or the OCs, or who else did you bring up, Michael Corona, like we were probably always like the 4th or 5th people would like jump in line to see. Like still even to this day, like our shows don't sell out until the night of, and that says something to the promoters, like because they get a little nervous when they're not seeing ticket sales, but just that's how our fans are. And I think I'm not saying I feel resentful or I feel like we're disposable, but I think there was this kind of like, oh, those guys will always be there. They'll always be around. And so there wasn't ever like a craze or things started picking up for us. It was just kind of like this like symbiotic, like a lot of people like us and we like to play music, and so this is groovy. But it as far as actually making traction and feeling like something is happening, it still doesn't feel that way in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's still like, when we post a show, like they're not selling out or whatever. So I don't know. That's been always a struggle, is not ever feeling like we really did make it, or I don't want to
in the sense of that, yeah.
Yeah, in the greater context of the music industry or whatever. So I think we're pretty humble about that. Like, I don't know, it's great that we got the crowds we got, but I don't really feel like there was like, all right, we achieved something,
Right.
Except for, milestones, like we did Coachella, and like,
which is huge. That's still huge.
We've gotten to play with like some amazing bands, like punk icons of ours, and
Yeah, Phil was saying that you guys opened for
Let me get that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's Iggy. Iggy, dude.
This is a good dead space. I really like it. Thank you guys for listening, whoever it is. All 7 of you.
What's that?
I was just saying, I was like, this is a good time to thank the people who are listening. I said all 7 of them. Paige, hopefully, if you're listening.
What were you saying?
Oh, we were just talking about, Phil said that you guys played with one of you guys. I want to say Fear, but it wasn't Fear. It was one of those punk bands.
The Dam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one for us.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dam. Who else? I mean, played with John Doe and X Scene. That was big for us. For me, I really like X. Like Pee Wee Herman premiered one of our music video, and we're like huge fans.
That's crazy. Yeah. How did that? When did that take place?
Well, It was Poster.
Okay.
And we did like a claymation video, and he used to have those penny cartoons, and through Innovative Leisure, our record label now, they hire a press person to kind of reach out to people, and so he was able to get a hold of Paul Rubens. That was like a big one for us. So
yeah,
there's like things like that.
Definitely, you guys have really said that he's a good. You guys really admire him. And, yeah, definitely.
And it's cool because like we'll go around the world, and you mentioned Ty before and how you were like John Dwyer and the OCs, and it's cool to go to Europe and like we'll do an interview there and.
But not as good as this one, right?
Not as good.
Exactly. Yeah, the Vineyard. Yeah.
They'll mention us in the same circles as those guys. And
right.
That's good.
Right.
It's I don't know. It's like kind of an honor. Like people really respect those bands that were kind of in that lineup. So it's cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Phil was also telling me about going to Europe, and kids were like, "Oh, burger records."
Yeah.
And you guys had to say but we're not on that record label.
Right.
By the way, I just want to use this. Burger Records, listen to my tapes. You guys have them. All you guys. I'm trying to get them to listen to it. So I'm
some tapes that you want to...
Yeah, I've been trying to put these interviews on tape.
Yeah.
I figured, Burger Records guys, they're pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, they're open. For a while, they were putting out a ton of stuff. That was fun to put out that Cora Mandel's record.
Right, cool. And you guys redid Max Baker, right?
Yeah,
that.
We kind of wanted to partner with them just because they're old buds.
Yeah. Sean and Lee,
yeah.
And Ryan, listen to the... Anyways. I don't want to
if you just yell at the microphone...
energy
will get to them somehow.
It'll get to them. But anyways, so you guys took a kind of a stint off, right, from your last one, which was... it wasn't Poster, was it?
We did Poster, and then we did... Immediately after that, EP, Ghost Food.
Right. Okay, so that was the last one that you guys kind of left off on, and then there was a gap, and then now the new one, Carpet Denim, which is July 18th, right?
Right. July 12th.
July 12th. Okay, great. So that's coming up.
Yep.
When I had Phil, and he's like, "Oh, that's the first time I've ever mentioned it," and I think I say, "Okay, great." Yeah. And then I talked to Chad about it. And I'm really trying to plug this for you guys. So go buy the album.
Yeah, please buy the album. Yeah. Come to our show. We're playing in September.
In Path of Totality, that's on Spotify and YouTube.
That's doing really well, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. I saw the music video for it. It was really, really neat.
Yeah,
and Phil was telling me that you guys filmed it in his garage.
Yeah, his garage. Yeah, we just busted out. Just we're acting weird, and first time doing a green screen thing.
Yeah,
just to have fun. And then we were talking to the Distractor guys about doing a video. I guess they just did a Mac DeMarco video, which is cool. But they're buds of ours. So, I'm excited about this new album. It's these songs I've just kind of been sitting on my hands waiting for movement to happen because I was ready to have this album out like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were actually thinking about working with Richard Swift again, and then
which he produced. What was it?
Wayne Interest.
And
Poster.
Right.
He did both those.
And that was he was doing it for the Shins, right? As well.
Yeah, he's produced the Shins.
Mm-hmm.
He produced. Was a part of the production of the Arcs.
Okay.
He was in the Black Keys. And,
right. The Who? I don't know.
Guys. Yeah. Small time.
If they're not in a commercial, I don't know these guys. That's what I'm saying.
You watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. Big TV guy.
Yeah. What's it called? Chad didn't want to go back up to Oregon for one reason or another, and record Swift, and then so we were slowly getting in and practicing and coming up with songs, and I had about 8 songs that I was like, we could use these songs, and Chad had about 6 songs he came up with, and then it just kept taking a long time to get back in the studio or to get it done, and then on top of that, once it is done, there's a whole rollout, and we waited an extra 6 months till we rolled out. So this has been done for a while, and it is for me it's kind of weird because it feels like Cranston about Breaking Bad,
mm-hmm.
and they did that thing that Game of Thrones has done, where they split up the seasons and they make you wait like a whole year for just like 6 of the remaining episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just saying like he kept getting asked in interviews like, "Are you excited for the finale?" And he's like, "Geez, we filmed that like 2 years ago." Like
wow, yeah.
I am excited for it, but I have to like re-trigger my head to come out with a release because I've been sitting on these songs for a while. So that's kind of where it's at,
And are you pleased with the album and on how it turned out?
Yeah, I have a little more of a I don't know what the word is because it's not skeptical. It's not skeptical. It's not cynical. It's more. I was so excited and proud for Wayne Interest. Working with Swift was I really enjoyed that experience.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a kind of an artistic like connection I had with him and with that album and going up to Oregon and felt really proud and Wayne Interest comes out and like really excited about Cherry Street, really excited about I think Nobo's on that album.
Yeah, Nobo is on that album, yeah.
And then
Time's a great one too.
Yeah, and then nothing. Like we didn't hear anything. Like nobody's saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And again, so it's not disappointment. Or again cynical. I just think I'm a little more weary of like, and I temper my excitement a little more.
Right.
I'm older now. Just like I guess the word is curious. I'm a little more curious about how it's going to be received. Like,
right.
Because Nobo is now like our number one song.
Mm-hmm. So that's one that kids really, really like?
Yeah, it's like the number one on Spotify.
Oh, wow.
It has the most plays. When we play it at shows, like I hear people get excited for it, and we didn't. I knew people would respond to it because it's groovy, and then we always approached the band with like, no, it's gotta be tough, like
mm-hmm.
we were tapping into our angst
mm-hmm.
and wanting it to just like smash through your earphones, and
right.
And
it's kind of got a melodic sound to it too, especially on the drums when Phil's just kind of hitting on the rim of the snare.
Well, normally for our songs we'd go hard, and then for Nobo, like it takes a lot for us to be restrained,
mm-hmm.
and that was like a first effort to like really calm it down. We've had other songs like that in the past, but like this one was like letting it be groovy, and to see that like younger kids were into
hearing that kind of
like
sound.
Groovy. I mean,
mm-hmm.
Mac DeMarco is like one of the biggest dudes right now.
He definitely,
and what do they call that? Like bedroom pop or something? Like Kuko like does it. Is that how you say his name? Sorry.
No.
Yeah, just like really mellow, vibey, like pop. That's like
they're more like lo-fi sound too, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I love Sade, and who would think that all these like punk kids like Sade type.
They would not tell you that. They would not express that at all.
Well, they do nowadays. Now it's cool to be like I'm into like this slow groovy stuff.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking about Nobo, sorry. That was again kind of a inside joke with Swift.
Yeah.
Rather.
Yeah. And he's passed. I don't know if you know about that.
Really?
He passed away.
Oh wow.
Not too long ago. This last year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was a bummer. I went to the not the funeral, but the memorial service, and all these musicians that he's worked with. I mean, Foxygen was there, and like James Mercer from the Shins gave this like one of the most touching speeches I've like ever heard, and
mm-hmm.
and made me like listen to the Shins a little differently because he's got good lyrics. They're really poetic, and there's an earnestness to it that doesn't come across because some of the songs are a little poppy or have like some goofy like production. But no, anyways, I digress. He had it was an inside joke with him and my buddy Matt, who's in Quarter Mandels with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like No Bohemian, Nobo, like, I guess we were talking outside earlier about people who come across like they're artist and you know, they're into the hip culture and they stay up all night and they're just out for the poetry of it. They're living like the movable feast, like Hemingway dream, you know, they're bohemians, and then you find out like, oh, there's a bunch of rich kids,
right?
They can afford to do
and where do you find it? Because you said on the interview, where do you find the time to do this? And where do you get your money?
And then I realized like, oh, that's how. And Nobo, just, it's like, that's so Nobo when somebody is going so far out of their way to show off how much they're like bohemian. It's not necessarily what this song correlates with that, but instead of just calling it "Where Do You Get Your Money" or whatever, that Nobo was a thing Swift was saying a lot. And I thought, let's honor him. Let's honor that time, and I think there's a connection there.
Yeah. Anyways, oh wow, so rest in peace, right?
Yeah.
Swift.
Dude, it hit me pretty hard.
Was that up in Oregon that was held?
Yeah. It was, the memorial was in Portland, but then they did some shows like benefit shows for him and his family, and those were pretty cool. There was one that was held in LA at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. What's like the mosaic? I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Something. Anyways, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Speaking about meanings to songs, you have this. One of my personal favorites is "Wasting Time."
Oh yeah.
And I just want to know, like, what does time mean to you, and like what is that song kind of relating to, if you don't mind expressing it?
I guess like. I could be an anxious person, and I fought like hard in my head to just calm down and relax, and I think I succeeded for a long time. But the flip side of like being on top of things and being stressed out and being anxious and like getting all your stuff done, when you tell yourself to calm down and relax, you find yourself like not getting anything done. Like the pendulum could swing the other way, and I don't know. I just some reflection on.
Just feeling like, I mean, for lack of a better term, wasting time. You're kind of like there's something else.
I'm a go-getter at heart. Like I like with the band. I like it's not that I feel like we always got to put ourselves out there and we got to be the most successful and we got to do stuff. It's just, if we're not doing anything, I feel a little restless. Like, I feel it's more like we're wasting time doing nothing and waiting for offers to come in. Like, let's go pursue and be active. And we've kind of lacked in that area recently. We used to do that a lot. But, you know, just, it's mainly, that's just a aspect of it. I think more so, you know, I spent a lot of time drinking in my 20s, and
which everybody does.
Fairly normal. But like, you know, I found myself in that Nobo situation where I was just like pursuing a Jack Kerouac lifestyle. And
Old Man in the Sea, right?
When I could have been bettering myself, or I don't know, like I forget the lyrics of that song because we haven't really played it live, but being like an adult that's like eating hot Cheetos,
right? Sit on the curb, lick the dust off my fingers,
and like drinking tequila before 5, and just. I lived with that band Delta Spirit.
Okay.
And Matt Vasquez and I were really close. And we'd wake up in the morning, drink coffee, play chess, and then once it got 3 or 4, we'd start pouring some whiskey and play chess. And smoked a lot of cigarettes. And I don't really smoke anymore. But you know, there was just a time where I'm like, wow, I'm not even trying to go surfing. I'm not even like.
Or doing anything productive that you would normally be doing. You're just kind of.
I'm a big reader, and it's hard to read now, and especially with phones and stuff. But I'm naturally, as I get older, like I put my phone down. I don't go on Instagram, and I just feel better. But even then, right now, I've studied French for a number of years, and I'm picking up on Spanish, and I'm reading a lot more now, and I picked up piano, and even still, my anxiousness will pop in that I'm not using every minute of my time productively.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Like I could be even better at piano at this point. I could be even better at Spanish. Why am I not using more?
To progress further in what
I think I'm just worried that if I allow myself time to just sit down and turn on Netflix, that I'm going to get sucked into that.
And also, I wanted to ask about Boardwalk.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind talking about that, was that kind of like about when you were younger, like walking on the boardwalk with a lady, or relationship with someone?
Yeah, Phil sent me a drum beat, and he was playing like a melodica or something, and he was just he wasn't doing much, but I added bass and guitar on top of it, but just to the key that he was playing. I think the Boardwalk Reprise on the album, at the end of the album.
Yeah,
that's the original song that.
Yeah, that was kind of a bit like, whoa. It was a bit like, oh, this is. I mean, the same song, but it just sounds.
Yeah.
So like.
So that was the song he
sent over to you.
He sent the drums, whatever. We would do that. We'd go back and forth. That's how we used to create. Like, we used to be a little more like excited about doing things together. Like, and Phil would send me stuff like that. And,
so that's what stemmed from. That was the base of it. Wow, and that's so interesting to see. If people don't know, go listen to the reprise and then listen to the original, and there's a definite difference.
Yeah,
which definitely. That's wow. And does that happen a lot with songs that I guess
all
back
the time.
Then,
I have a ton of songs. I mean, I don't know if you've heard Phil's Autofix.
I have, yes. Autofix, yep.
He would send stuff like that to us, and then we'd turn it into like Above Your Means or Torpedo. Torpedo would is like him like sending us like a Daniel Johnston Autofix version of the song, and then we'd re-envision it to not too hard. It just we'd play to it the way that we do, and it would change the song.
Right.
So yeah, Boardwalk. I think Phil might have just called it Boardwalk when he sent it, and that's how a lot of things go down. Like Nobo, like there's no real connection where you're just kind of fooling around,
right?
Or whatever pops in our head. Like my band Coromandel's, like we have a song called "End of Mad Men," and it just. I think Matt was watching End of Mad Men at the time. He's like, oh, we should call a song End of Mad Men. And there's no real correlation, but I don't know. I was like, a hopeless romantic, and all my songs kind of tended to be like sad that I wasn't in love. And so I took the boardwalk, and I just thought of a sad story of being on a boardwalk.
Right.
Yeah.
Those songs, especially Above Your Means, which you mentioned, these are songs I've been like really listening to lately. Like really, I don't know why. It's just like a certain, I don't know. It was just that I like those songs are the songs I've been listening to a lot lately. Yeah. It's just interesting that we're talking about it now, and that you brought up Above Your Means. Very, very cool. And also Phil was saying that sometimes when he's not able to go on tour, you guys use a different drummer. And I was wondering who is that drummer?
We had this guy, Eric Nieto, who was the brother of Orlando, who recorded a lot of Max Baker, the first album.
Okay.
And then we had this guy Adam. I'm gonna screw up his name. Gubali. I can't think of it phonetically right now. He's French. I met him in Paris years ago, and now he lives in LA, and we used him. And now our kind of main guy is Michael Shelbourne, who who was old Long Beach friend from the punk scene. He was in this band called Gestapo Kazi and Geisha Girls, and he knows us and gets our sensibility, and he just locked it really. He's a really good drummer. So
it's funny that you mentioned Adam because he's actually a really avid listener to this, so he's gonna get a little bit offended.
Sorry, Adam.
Sorry, Adam. Sorry for
Adam.
that. Yes, that sounded really German with a little bit of Chinese. Very interesting. So, is there a particular song on the new album that you are like really intending for that to be like the main most popular one that the kids will?
There's not.
Like
it's again, I'm going back to like I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm actually more curious about how it's going to be received. Chad showed it to his our friend Pete, who Chad works for, and he said, "Yeah, sounds like your same stuff," which to us feels like, no, it doesn't. We really feel it's a lot different, and if anything, we wrote and recorded a lot of it like separately. Mm-hmm. There was some connection. We got some major songs down, but a lot of it was like, Chad got what he wanted with his songs. I got and did what I wanted with my songs, and mm-hmm. filled it, and we added where we could, but it is different to me. I feel like it's a different direction, and there's a lot of different songs all over the place. So I really don't know what people are going to connect with, or if they're going to connect with it at all. We'll see.
Wait, to find out. You guys are going on tour soon, right?
Yeah.
With Tequila Pangea, right?
Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah. That'll be good.
It's gonna be a good one. Yeah.
When is that start?
Last time we played with them, besides festivals, was I think at Burger Records.
Inside, yeah.
Shop, yeah.
Have you been there recently, by the way?
I haven't.
They knocked down that right wall when you walk in,
so it's bigger.
Kind of expanded, a bit.
Good for them.
You know how they used to have the video, what do you call it? All the videos on the back wall there, and they kind of took it out. They put it over there, so it's expanded a lot.
Nice.
But yeah, they usually do shows now in because I'm assuming
shows.
Yeah, they still do, but now they do it in the other room because I'm assuming that you guys were doing it kind of like in the corner, catty corner to the
right,
to the door.
Take a seat, bud, so he's more comfortable.
Awesome, and but yeah, that is a good duo. I don't think a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of surprised to see that. I was like, interesting. Yeah. Kind of different aspects on songs and sound, but I mean, it's great.
I think that's what I like about it. Like we went on tour with The Garden, and they are way different than us, and
they're all over the place.
Yeah, they're all over the place, and it was just cool to see that there's kind of an umbrella of diversity in the music. I remember, I think on WTF, Mike Watt was saying back in the day, like punk was just like people doing whatever they wanted. Mm-hmm. Like there was no like punk aesthetic. Everybody was just being free with their expression. And,
right.
I mean, it's true when you look back at it. You got like, in LA, the Minutemen and X and then TSOL.
Yeah.
And people were
Mike Watt being from Black Flag, one of the
best. See, you're confusing people.
I hope you're like, oh yeah, Mike Watt from Henry Rollins from Minutemen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another one. Keith Morris, he's an LA dude. I ran into our friend Chris, who designed the Wayne Interest
album cover.
Yeah. He has that Monsters Outside clothing company from Long Beach, and he makes this like pin that's like Black Flag, but it's his Black Lodge, and it's the squiggly lines like Twin Peaks. And I was wearing that in front of Keith Morris once, and I was like, oh, he's probably bummed.
He's like, I'm gonna sue that guy.
Yeah. But I kind of feel like that's back in a way, like and that is cool because I get sick of going to shows where the opening band sounds like a version of the band that you came to see.
Right.
Yeah. And
Which is great. It's kind of on not polar opposites, but it's good to get different aspects.
Yeah, and I think this tour will be good, and it was designed this way. Like people who probably who are big Together Pangea fans, and like I said earlier, probably view us like, 8th down on their top 10 or list. Like probably it'll get them to come out to the show as opposed to saying, they're not my favorite. I don't want to spend this much.
Right.
And now they'll go, and they'll enjoy it, and it'll be a good party.
And will Phil be doing drums on the tour?
No, he won't. He can't do it, unfortunately. It's a bummer.
Gotta get Adam.
Gotta get Adam. Adam?
Yeah, just ask him now. It'll be good.
Peux-tu jouer avec moi, monsieur?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, late for Fromage.
Can you play with me, I said, which could be... we don't want to say that.
Anyways, the first time you guys went on tour, what year was that around?
Well, Phil's always been a teacher, so we've always toured during the summer. And a lot of our tours, one of our biggest East Coast tours, we had somebody help us out and book it. I don't remember when that was. Maybe 2009 or 10. We started getting out. We started playing shows here and there, but I was getting continually frustrated because I wanted to attempt to get out on the road because I was young. If we're going to do it, we got to do it now. And I was probably 23, 24 at the time. So maybe 25. So 25, when you're 25, you feel like I'm getting old, which is not true. But that is a good feeling to have of I need to start doing this now. I don't want to get locked in and I just remember feeling a little frustrated because other guys were like, oh no, we could do that. And so the Japanese Motors took me on tour. I don't know if you remember that band.
Yeah. It's I haven't heard anything from. I'm not a huge fan, but that was back around, as you're saying, I think 2006, 2007 ish is when they were kind of doing. Right. To my knowledge,
I went on tour with them in 2008.
Okay.
And because we played a show together. It's Alex Knows from Tomorrow's Tulips.
Yeah.
And
that's what I thought was. But I didn't want to say. I was like,
yeah. They were like, we don't have a bass player anymore. We're about to go on this tour. Can you learn the songs? I was like, yeah, no problem.
You're I know this guy Ford Archbold.
Yeah,
and he's just
yeah. And so I went on tour with them, and I got kind of familiar with the road and what's going on. And
so that was your first kind of.
Right, I went to Australia.
Oh, wow,
Zealand
okay.
With them. We went to the West Coast, East Coast. We played with the Black Lips in New York because we were on the same record label. We were partying out there, running into King Kong and the Shrines, or King Kong and the Barbecue Show at the time. And
isn't that what it still is, right? King.
Yeah. He has different versions of it. We actually just played with him in France, and I believe Toulouse. It was really fun. Good show. Oh, wow. He has another band with some of the guys from the Shrines.
Okay.
It's more like punk. It's pretty funny. He dresses up like a dominatrix.
Great.
Dude. Yeah,
that's some John Dwyer stuff right there.
yeah. He does that all the time. Now, I bring all that up because I think shortly after that we started kind of picking away and trying to do. I don't even think Max Baker was out yet. So yeah, that's when we started, and since then it's only been whenever they can and whenever they were able to. So it was we were just waiting to get out there on the road. Yeah.
And with this upcoming tour, where are you guys hitting, by the way? It's in the States, right?
Yeah, we're doing mainly the East Coast. We start in Chicago and then make our way down to Florida, and then I think we end in Indianapolis. We do Nashville.
You guys are driving, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're flying out and renting gear and stuff.
Okay. Oh, so, you don't bring your own stuff out there?
Well, not when we fly places.
Yeah.
We have to rent. Which I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now. What will work best? We might share some gear with Pangea. We'll see.
Yeah, that's I always wonder about that, especially for drummers, because you got all that stuff, you know.
Right.
So is it usually how it goes? Or I mean, like as you've seen, it's like, oh, I'm renting this from blah 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 or whatever.
No, I mean, because I think like Pangea might drive out there, so they might have all their gear. But you know, sharing gear could be touchy, especially with the wear and tear per night. But yeah, like our last year with the Garden, we just used Fletcher's drums.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were pretty cool about that. And
I mean, you guys don't seem like you guys have a connection with them at all. No,
yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm excited about that. It's gonna be good to get out on the road and do the East Coast. And we have a Southern California show planned for September, and then we're working on some West Coast shows and some Texas shows, but.
Is that Southern California one happening for sure?
Yeah.
Where is that?
With No Age, we're gonna be playing the Regent.
Okay.
Or no, the Regent. Yeah, I think the Regent, Observatory, and then the Observatory San Diego. Yeah.
You beat me to my own joke. I was like, oh, in San Diego.
Yeah.
Good. And are those? I mean, obviously Santa Ana, and I think San Diego, all ages, but Regent as well.
I think so. Yeah, those places are all ages.
So go. I mean, it'll be on Instagram, right? I mean, you guys will upload it, right?
We'll post it.
Keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out. Thank you.
If you don't,
thanks for
follow it. Yeah. All three people. That, I mean, and one of them.
Yeah.
Is obviously.
It's mainly Phil and Chad who listen to this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're big fans now.
Yeah. Totally.
No, those guys are awesome. You guys are very awesome.
Oh, thank you.
But other experiences with other people, and they're not so.
They're not so awesome.
Not so nice.
Yeah.
But that's showbiz, right? You get it.
We're too easy.
Right? Yeah, you guys are way too easy. Yeah. I mean, I just Google your guys' names and just show that's like, oh, like Social Security and all this jazz. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just go online and take it. Take all. I don't need it anymore.
I life unlocked it is what I did.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I counteracted that.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, so they can't do it. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, you guys missed your opportunity. Yeah. Well, anyways, okay. So we're at the end. Okay, so you guys are gonna go on tour.
Yep.
When does that start?
That starts when the album comes out, July.
Okay.
11th, I believe.
11th. Yeah. Okay. Good.
And I think it comes out. The album comes out 11th or 12th. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
The Friday.
Just every Friday, just look on Innovative Leisure.
That's right.
And it's called Carpet Denim.
Carpet Denim.
And real quick, actually, if you don't mind me asking one more quick question, why Carpet Denim, or who came up with that name?
Phil is really big about like tying the artwork and the music and the concept and the theme, like because we don't start out with that, we kind of feel it out as we go.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of he threw out some like a list of 10 names, and the only one that stood out to me was Carpet Denim, and I like it. It's silly. It's not taking ourselves too seriously, but there is like an aspect of that I've always believed of. I like carpe diem, you know, like seize the day. Just and yeah, it could mean whatever it wants to anybody else, but I like I've always been one of those people who would commit to whatever came out of my mouth because I would seize the day in that way. But I sometimes would say stupid shit, and or I would be using the wrong word. So I think that's kind of a fun way to look at it. Like, I'm seizing the day, carpet denim, you know, and just getting it wrong. You know those people that do that, you know, and I count myself as one of those people. So I don't know, that stood out to me. I think it's a strong name. It's kind of funny, but it also like has some good imagery, like a carpet that's all denim. That's interesting.
Or a carpeted bathroom. You ever been in one of those before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. Where did that come from?
Yeah, the 70s.
I mean, but like, why?
Just felt good on your feet when you got out of the shower, and then.
Could you imagine vomiting though? If you vomit and you miss the toilet, it's in the carpet.
Yeah, that's right.
I used to have.
You're mad at the 70s, aren't you?
Yeah, I just in general. No, I the house that I used to live in. It used to have it with a nice chocolate toilet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Chocolate brown.
I love it.
Yeah, real good aesthetic. So that comes out 12th.
The 12th,
July.
I believe. July 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, the 12th is a Friday, but I think we start the tour on the 11th.
Good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And is there anything else you want to promote?
Keep a lookout for Cormandos, I guess. You know?
Yeah. Maybe coming out with the new stuff. Maybe soon.
My buddy Matt, I've known him for a long time from Long Beach. Like I was telling you, he produces Conan O'Brien's podcast.
Bald guy, right?
Conan O'Brien is bald. Yes. Not bald guy. That's somebody. That's my neighbor.
Chicano Batman. I will be going over to this house after this. I'm gonna go pound on his door. Say, hey, it's time, man.
I'm gonna tell you, do not go over to Carlos's house.
Oh man,
he will be upset. He's a really nice guy. They're good neighbors.
I hope he listens to this. He's like, oh man.
Yeah. Anyways, he has a podcast called Super Ego and another one with called James Bonding, which I'm on. That's with Matt Myra from like the Nerdist
network, right?
Network, yeah.
It's my rivals, so I'm glad that we're plugging them right now.
Yeah. Sorry, but they're gonna get a little bump.
You're now entering not Nerdist. You're not entering that. You're leaving that. You're going to the Vineyard. Yeah. I'm actually dragging you away. You know you're gonna be my co-host, right? For all the other ones.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, we're trying to get some ads on here. Trying to get LifeLock since I've unlocked it.
Yeah. All right, we'll get that going.
I'm kind of in a blackmail scheme with them.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to be a part of that.
I mean, you're already on board, man. Blood oath.
Yes, I did sign that contract. Okay. All right.
I mean,
anyways, I brought that guy up because we have a fun band that we used to just play really like mellow tunes. He writes all the songs and like some old 70s song. It's just really fun. It's called Townland.
Right.
It's folky and just chill. But Matt Gorley is and everybody in the band, they're just talented. It's fun. So it's a fun little thing to promote. But anyways, that's it, I think. Yeah, Tijuana Panthers, Carpet Denim. Get some.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you so much.
No
I always end it with a handshake.
Yeah, of course. I think that's a good ending.
Yeah, because like nobody ever knows.
Cool, man.
It's all for the